Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet Defi spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet Defi spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet Defi spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet Defi spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet Defi spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Strk platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that Hello Starknet fam! Did you know that you can now earn 5 times more Nostra points by supplying your Stark tokens on their money market? And that's not all, cause Nostra is also the only platform so far where you can borrow Starks against your own collateral. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your Starks and join the familia. This was not financial advice. Lend and borrow at your own risk and make sure to read Nostra's terms and conditions. Hello Starknet fam! Did you know that you can now earn 5 times more Nostra points by supplying your Stark tokens on their money market? And that's not all, cause Nostra is also the only platform so far where you can borrow Starks against your own collateral. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your Starks and join the familia. This was not financial advice. Lend and borrow at your own risk and make sure to read Nostra's terms and conditions. Hello Starknet fam! Did you know that you can now earn 5 times more Nostra points by supplying your Stark tokens on their money market? And that's not all, cause Nostra is also the only platform so far where you can borrow Starks against your own collateral. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your Starks and join the familia. This was not financial advice. Lend and borrow at your own risk and make sure to read Nostra's terms and conditions. Hello Starknet fam! Did you know that you can now earn 5 times more Nostra points by supplying your Stark tokens on their money market? And that's not all, cause Nostra is also the only platform so far where you can borrow Starks against your own collateral. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your Starks and join the familia. this was not financial. In order to celebrate the Stark token launch and to warm up the old Starknet ecosystem for the upcoming DeFi Spring, zkland is running the Stark Fall campaign, where they're offering up to 20% API on your Stark tokens, starting from today until Saturday, February 24th, closing at 7 UTC. To get the juice yield on your Stark, just head to app.zkland.com, look for the Stark Fall window and click on deposit. There, you'll be able to choose how many Starks you want to supply, and once you're ready, click on Supply Stark, relax and enjoy your yield. This is not financial advice, make sure to read the zkland terms and conditions. In order to celebrate the Stark token launch and to warm up the old Starknet ecosystem for the upcoming DeFi Spring, zkland is running the Stark Fall campaign, where they're offering up to 20% API on your Stark tokens, starting from today until Saturday, February 24th, closing at 7 UTC. To get the juice yield on your Stark, just head to app.zkland.com, look for the Stark Fall window and click on deposit. There, you'll be able to choose how many Starks you want to supply, and once you're ready, click on Supply Stark, relax and enjoy your yield. This is not financial advice, make sure to read the zkland terms and conditions. In order to celebrate the Stark token launch and to warm up the old Starknet ecosystem for the upcoming DeFi Spring, zkland is running the Stark Fall campaign, where they're offering up to 20% API on your Stark tokens, starting from today until Saturday, February 24th, closing at 7 UTC. To get the juice yield on your Stark, just head to app.zkland.com, look for the Stark Fall window and click on deposit. There, you'll be able to choose how many Starks you want to supply, and once you're ready, click on Supply Stark, relax and enjoy your yield. This is not financial advice, make sure to read the zkland terms and conditions. In order to celebrate the Stark token launch and to warm up the old Starknet... Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet Defi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Interact platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet DeFi Spring fam! This is not financial advice, make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. Hello Starknet fam! DeFi Spring.
But I feel like that Starknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo!
But I feel like that Starknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo!
But I feel like that Starknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo!
But I feel like that Starknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo! Yahoo! Starknet fam, how is it going? What an insane week it's been, guys. I mean, the craziest week ever in Starknet history. So we are gonna have an amazing Stark stream full of news and also takes. I will be telling you what I think about the Starknet token launch, what were the reactions, how can we interpret them, and then we'll also have a look at a very breaking news that came from Starkware this morning, and which is a very positive, very good news. Therefore, yeah, really looking forward to starting this Star Stream. Thanks a lot for being here. I hope you enjoyed this incredible Starknet week. I hope you received some provisions from the airdrop. And for those who didn't, we sympathize with them. But yeah, you shouldn't forget that there will be several other opportunities for everybody involved in the Starknet ecosystem. So yeah, let's start with our Stark stream. Just give me a couple of seconds, please. I'll change the background. Okay, so let me share some news. Okay, first of all, we start obviously with the news of the week, but not only of the week, of the year, of the 2 years of Starknet history. As you well know, the Starknet Foundation released the news regarding the Starknet token launch. So the token was launched last Tuesday after being announced 1 week earlier, last week. And as you know, last week it was the provisions eligibility dashboard was disclosed so that people could know whether they were eligible or not. But then they had to wait until this Tuesday in order to start claiming their own Stark tokens. And I think the Starknet token launch went relatively smoothly, although there were some disruptions due to many factors, such as the congestion. So the congestion of the network, obviously, which was minimized, I would say, by the fact that a wait list was included. So yeah, people had to wait even multiple hours, a lot of hours before being able to get their tokens. But that didn't break the network. So that was very good. I think it was a nice move from the foundation, from Starkware. And then there were also like some disruptions in the fact that this time, seeing that Starknet made the biggest airdrop so far, and they also featured categories and third parties dApps that had never been included in airdrops so far. So it was like in some cases it is up to the dApps and to the third parties, let's say, to distribute the Stark tokens to their users who were eligible in the Starknet airdrop, which could sound a bit complicated. In fact, there are some issues that are being resolved as we speak, and especially for people who were eligible for the Starkx category. So we're sorry for the disruption, guys. Hopefully things will be sorted out, immediately or as soon as possible. It's not easy, especially when you deal with further parties dApps. And yeah, but anyway, regardless of that, I think the Starknet launch went relatively well. And so far we can see, like, first of all, we can comment this cool video that was released with the main announcement. There are like some also Easter eggs, let's say, that redirects to Starknet histories and to some objects and memes that are famous in the Starknet ecosystem. That then it was also very nice to see also the founders of Starkware being featured in the video, Eli and Uri. Shout out to them. And definitely, I think that the marketing around the token launch was done very, very, very well. To be honest, I was surprised. I didn't think it would have worked out that well. And then obviously there were some issues in the airdrop design, in the airdrop claiming design, which are not just Starknet Foundation's fault. Sometimes when you make history, it is normal that you make mistakes while making history, and you just have to do things right to make history while doing things, or to do things while making history, than just complaining or and like fudding regarding the mistakes. And we'll be speaking about that later on as well on another subject. And yeah, but uh, having said that, I really think that the token launch went pretty well. really positively impressed from it. And yeah, so let me see. Hello, my friend Henry, Chad, you too. How is it going? So, so guys, yeah. Regarding the claiming itself, we can have a look at the Voyager dashboard that was made exceptionally for the Starknet airdrop. And we can see that 586.3 million Stark tokens were claimed so far out of the total 1.3 billions, right? So almost half of it was already claimed. The biggest category to claim their tokens were Starknet users. Then we have Starknet users and the ECMP holders, I would say. Then there is like the Ethereum category with its subcategories, comprehensive of Ethereum stakers, EIP authors, protocol guild members, and Ethereum developers. Then there were also like the Starknet community, which is the lowest one, also due to the issues that I told you about that are being sorted out. And yeah, and then another 9.41% regarding the GitHub claiming, which is for especially for those open source projects developers who were eligible for the Starknet tokens, as some allocation was given to top open source projects contributors on GitHub, regardless of whether they were like Web 2 or Web 3 projects. So I think it will take a while for all the claiming to be processed in that category, also because we are talking about people who have never used crypto before. So it will take a while before all of them will also like notice that they are eligible for this airdrop. So it is normal that it is going a bit slow regarding that category. But overall, quite good. 586 million tokens being claimed in like 3 days. Pretty good. And yeah. So here in this dashboard, you can find all the links as usual in the show notes. And yeah, so take your time to have a look at these features. And in this case, we can see that you can see a lot of details having a look at this dashboard, Starknet provisions dashboard by Voyager. There's also another one by another project. I don't remember the name right now. You'll forgive me for that. But yeah, definitely these dashboards are very useful, and we'll be monitoring them throughout the coming months, because as we know, you still have till June the 20th to claim your Starknet tokens. So we'll definitely go back to this dashboard in the next Stark streams. So okay, and for those who were for those who use their MetaMask naps or wanted to claim the airdrop using their MetaMask naps, this wasn't possible during the first day of the claiming process, if I remember well. But a very talented developer, CryptoNerd CN, a Chinese builder, built this cool user interface to allow you to claim your tokens, your Stark tokens, using your Starknet Snap. And speaking about Starknet Snap, I don't know why it is going so slow in terms of integration and implementations with towards also normal Starknet dApps, because it was created longer than 6 months ago, and yeah, maybe and the only thing you can do so far is just sending tokens to it, right? And to let it hold your tokens, but there is no integration in any dApps as far as I know on the Starknet ecosystem. So hopefully this will start some more adoption of the Starknet Snap among the different dApps, or also like it is due to the Starknet Snap team itself, that maybe they have to do some implementing and implementations move right there. So yeah. If you claimed your Stark tokens or you're about to claim yours, you should remember that the you can delegate your Stark tokens once before claiming the token. If you're about to do it, before claiming it, the dashboard will redirect you to the governance hub of Starknet, and there you'll be able to rope your Stark tokens into vStark, which is the governance roped version of Starks. And yeah, basically, the tokens will still remain to you, but you can rope them, and they will have delegating power. Okay, and you can delegate these tokens to some delegates in the Starknet ecosystem through the governance, the governance hub here. And you can go to delegates, and you can choose your delegate as well. And there's also us, if I remember well. Yeah, so here you can delegate your tokens, your delegating power rather than tokens. You're delegating power to us, and we'll try our best to manage your votes and to vote in most proposals and in the most neutral way possible. And we will also be able to discuss governance things in contents like this one. So as soon as I see that I will have many tokens that have been delegated to me, aside the one that have been delegated to me by the Starknet Foundation, I will definitely organize something with the people who delegated me for their voting power, and we'll discuss proposals from time to time, and I'll receive their suggestions, also their opinions about what to vote, what not to vote. And yeah, I don't know yet how to do it, but I'll try my best to do something like that, right? So if you're unsure who to delegate your tokens to, even when you buy it, if you buy Stark tokens and you want to delegate their voting power while holding them, you can do so by delegating us, and we try our best to you know to vote in the best way possible, taking the good and the wellness of the Starknet ecosystem as the first and top priority, of course. So this was my political shield, guys. I hope you liked it. And what else? Okay, speaking about. Okay, let me see. I had something here. Okay, I actually had. I lost it. Here. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, speaking about the tokens, we can just have a look at the trading views chart of the Stark tokens. As you know, there was let's take a look. Obviously, this is daily, so we have 4 days of life. The fourth one is still ongoing, and the first one, this chart is related to Binance. As you know, it is normal that when a token launch, especially in such cases when there is a big airdrop, when there is a lot of expectation and so on, there's like a liquidity crisis, both in the good and in the bad, right? So for example, on Binance, the price started from 7.66 cents. I don't know who, I mean, very few people must have sold at those prices. For those who did it, congrats. And yeah, then the price is dropped to 4, and then immediately to 3.50, stayed like half an hour around 350. Let's have a look at the yeah, so the tokens was issued here at 12 UTC of Tuesday, and then we can see that already at half past 12 UTC, the price was already at 3.18. Okay, so it dropped immediately, and then it stayed I would say 1 hour around the 3.50 15 and the 3 and the 2.75 dollars, then dropped further until to like 2.10. It stayed a bit around 2.50. Then it went all down below like 2.15, and until getting to a sort of bottom around the $2, 1.90, and it stayed there for like most of the time until like last night, when also the news regarding the change of uh, investor schedules, sorry, when the change also of the vesting process regarding tokens being allocated to investors was announced. And since then we had an increase of the price, which is oscillating around $2.04, which is I think a good fair price. And so we are having like the Stark tokens having a fully diluted market cap of around 20 billions, which is quite good. It is definitely a good consolidating place and ground, for from where to start, this bull run, this market, this after token history for the Starknet token. And it is normal that I think that even though much of the FUD has been washed away, also due to a fact that will be commenting straight after this point. I think, yeah, we'll be seeing these prices for relatively a couple of weeks or so on. Then depending also on the overall market, but yeah, I think still there are some people who want basically. I think that maybe they're not interested in staying in the Starknet ecosystem, and quite. We respect everybody's choice, and also people who maybe need the money and they want to sell it, like around the $2.50. So we'll have like I think we'll be navigating these price levels for a while, but definitely, nothing to worry too much regarding this drop, guys. I also I shared this tweet where I shared where I compared, the post token launch charts of Starknet. Actually, I didn't feature Starknet one, but I featured the charts regarding Arbitrum and Optimism, and I wrote that post-launch big red candles are the norm. Ignore the FUD, be grounded, and keep building. And I think this is definitely golden advice for those also involved in the ecosystem, and also for long-term investors, right? Because if we have a look like both Optimism and Arbitrum dropped like 50% in the case of Optimism in its first day, 20% regarding Arbitrum, but then it went lower than 50% less in the week after. So, and the same applied to Optimism. Its price went down like 70% from its first day all-time high. So post-launch, big red candles are the norm. You shouldn't be conditioned by it. And also they were like in the bear market. So those movements were even also increased by the bear markets like feelings. But yeah, we can say that we are at the beginning of a bull market, so that will also be good to sustain any kind of selling pressure, right? And speaking about selling pressure, during the token launch and also straight after the eligibility criterias were shown, there were like there were a lot of I would say a lot of FUD regarding the fact that the unlocking schedule of the Stark tokens for the investors, for the early investors, wasn't looking that optimal, in the fact that also due to the fact that the Starknet provisions were shipped. I suppose definitely, like 6-8 months later than expected from the initial Starknet roadmap. So that that wasn't taken into account when Starkware and the foundation, did they raise with the investors. So it happened that basically from the April 15th, many tokens had to be allocated, had to be invested. The tokens, for the investors token, I would say, would be invested, and there was like, we were talking about a very huge amount of tokens, around 13% of the token supply being invested. And obviously it was totally justified that many people criticized that. Obviously I was also not very pleased by that. But we have a good news, guys, a very, very good news. The fact that Starkware, the foundation, and all the investors involved agreed on changing the vesting schedule of the tokens. So let's read the news by Starkware. So, important update: after listening to feedback from ecosystem friends and collaborators, we are changing the lockup schedule for Starkware's early contributors and investors to make it more gradual. We value this community and want to earn its trust by building great tech that embodies blockchain values and stands the test of time. Context: tokens held by Starkware early contributors and investors are subject to a lockup. These parties supported Starkware's efforts when the company was researching and performing the initial development of Starknet. Approximately a third of the tokens held by these early contributors and investors, 1.3 billion, were due to unlock on April 15th. In recent days, Starkware reviewed feedback and decided to adjust the unlocking timeline, making it more gradual. The revised schedule is as follows: 0.64% of the 10 billion tokens initially minted, so 64 million tokens, will unlock on April 15th, as opposed to the planned 13.4%, 1.34 billion tokens. The gradual unlock will continue at a pace of 0.64%, 64 million tokens, monthly until March 15th, 2025. After which it will change to 1.27%, 127 million tokens, monthly for the next 24 months until March 15th, 2027. Under the new unlock plan, 580 million tokens held by early contributors and investors will be unlocked by the end of 2024, as opposed to 2 billion of those tokens under the previous schedule. 1.4 billion additional tokens will be gradually unlocked by the end of 2025. Another 1.5 billion will be unlocked by the end of 2026, and 380 millions will be unlocked by March 15th, 2027. We thank the community for sharing their feedback with us. So, guys, what can we say? We can say that this is an amazing good news. And this, as I also just wrote, like there were a lot of hyenas, last week, that they were like capitalizing on the FUD about this news regarding the the vested tokens. And but I think we can say also, many people saying that Starknet would be staying forever, and that this will be conditioning Starknet performances for forever. And I think that as a community, and also all the big players involved, such the foundation and Starkware, managed to do a great job to to wash these stains with with two unbeatable washing products, I would say, which are integrity and humbleness. So they're willing to also to improve things, right? I wouldn't say to improve their mistakes, because I also believe that the previous vesting schedules wasn't done out of malice. But yeah, the most important thing is that things were worked out. The things were improved with integrity and with humbleness, listening to the feedback of the community, which is something that Starknet has been showing a lot. Also, during the airdrop provisions design, they improved some things in the days after the first announcement, in order also to include people who had to be included, but due to some problems they weren't eligible. So I think we can admit that Starknet, the Starknet Foundation, and Starkware had a great job at listening to feedback and to implement, on top of it, I would say. Okay. So I also wrote, as you know, last week I wrote a piece regarding, the importance of staying, with heads up against the fads. We had to be lions, while all the hyenas were trying, to capitalize on, on the fads. And today, the hyenas, had what they deserved. And they said that Starknet would be stained forever, but the supposed stains have been washed with two unbeatable washing products, as I said. And then I would add, guys, you need to pair this kind of move to improve the vesting schedule of the Starknet tokens for the investors. You need to pair this with the biggest and the most Ethereum aligned airdrop of the whole crypto history, guys. I would repeat, the biggest and the most Ethereum aligned airdrop of the whole crypto history so far. Maybe it will change, but it would be the first, right? So, the biggest and the most Ethereum aligned airdrop, the airdrop that featured the Ethereum stakers for the first time, guys. These also, protocols will be do that, following the good example of Starknet, but Starknet has been the first. This can never be washed, hyenas, whether you like it or not. This is history. People do history. People do things even if it's not perfect, but they make history in the meanwhile. What do hyenas do? They do nothing. They just capitalize on FUD, for just some clicks. So I'm very, very happy, guys. And yeah, as I said, the biggest, the most Ethereum aligned airdrop of crypto history, and also the first airdrop to rewards Ethereum aligned people, such as the stakers. So the first airdrop to reward Ethereum stakers.
But I
And
feel like that Stocknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo!
But I feel like that Stocknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo! Okay, guys, I had to play it twice. I think it was worth it. So let me drink a bit, and I will also take a short break, as it was a very, this this first part of the stat stream was very emotional. So I need to drink a bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, welcome back to the Stark stream. Let me remove the banner. Okay, where did we get to? Okay, so now I'm done. So it's now time to speak about the Starknet DeFi Spring. And so, like, I think the day after, like I think a couple of hours before the token launch, the DeFi, the day earlier, I guess, yeah, one day before the token launch, DeFi Spring was announced, and DeFi Spring is an initiative where like 40 million Stark tokens will be allocated to different DeFi protocols building on Starknet, and these protocols will then distribute these tokens to their users. And so they are like liquidity incentive incentives. So these are liquidity incentive programs. And to sum it up, if you're going to provide liquidity in I think in four tokens pairs throughout all the all the Starknet DeFi projects that are taking part in the initiatives, you will be receiving some rewards in terms of Stark tokens on top of your fees, your LPs fees. And regardless of where you provide liquidity, but at the same time these tokens will be distributed every 2 weeks. To part of these 40 millions will be distributed every 2 weeks, so in a gradual way to the different projects, and the amount of tokens sent to projects for them being distributed to their users will vary depending on the usage of that protocol. So if there will be more LPs, more users in one protocol, that protocol will be rewarded more Stark tokens to then be given to its users. And yeah, so the DeFi Spring officially began yesterday, and we actually have a short clip that I could play right now. Hello, Starknet fam! DeFi Spring is finally here, and you can now farm some of the 40 million Starks token by simply using Starknet DeFi protocols. Furthermore, you will also be able to get some cool NFTs thanks to the quests that will happen on the Interact platform every second day. Just follow them on Twitter and Discord to start with the first quest of the initiative that consists in providing liquidity in a Stark hit pool. Where is up to you. Enjoy the Starknet DeFi Spring, fam! This is not financial advice. Make sure to read terms and conditions of any protocol you are gonna use. So very good, guys. And yeah, there's also on top of these 4 months, I think, long-lasting initiative, there is also a quest. a Quest initiative being done by the foundation together with the Interact Quest platform. And starting from yesterday, there will be a quest every second day related, to the DeFi scene. So, for example, the first of all, the task ground zero task will be obviously following Interact on their both Twitter and Discord, and then like the first quest of the DeFi Spring was adding liquidity to the to the Stark ETH pool in any of the protocols taking part in the quest, which are actually, if I remember well, I could miss some of them. They are like Stark DeFi, Jedi Swap, Ecubo, MySwap, 10K Swap, who else? ICO AMM, and I think I covered all of them. But anyway, you will see all the AMMs that are participating in this quest by having a look at the corresponding link that you will find in the show notes. And then before, also like before the DeFi Spring had begun, there was also like a sort of preparational sub campaigns. There were like more than once. There were like two preparational campaigns from two important money markets that they introduced some boosting features for people who would provide Stark, who would lend, or like who would supply their Starks to them. And I'm talking about the ZK Lands and Nostra Finance money markets, and we'll be playing the two clips regarding their own initiatives that are still ongoing, but they're ending soon, and they're very, very tempting. So if you've not done them yet, considering taking part in their initiatives. And now I play the clips. In order to celebrate the Stark token launch and to warm up the whole Starknet ecosystem for the upcoming DeFi Spring, zkland is running the Stark Fall campaign, where they're offering up to 20% API on your Stark tokens, starting from today until Saturday, February 24th, closing at 7 UTC. To get the juice yield on your Stark, just head to app.zkland.com, look for the Stark Fall window and click on deposit. There, you'll be able to choose how many Starks you want to supply, and once you're ready, click on Supply Stark, relax, and enjoy your yield. This is not financial advice. Make sure to read the zkland terms and conditions. Hello Starknet fam! Did you know that you can now earn 5 times more Nostra points by supplying your Stark tokens on their money market? And that's not all, cause Nostra is also the only platform so far where you can borrow Starks against your own collateral. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your Starks and join the familia. This was not financial advice. Lend and borrow at your own risk, and make sure to read Nostra's terms and conditions. Wholesome, guys. And obviously, after the DeFi Spring was announced, there's been a lot of liquidity entering the Starknet DeFi space. And we can notice that in the DeFi Llama's dashboard. And we basically had a 100% increase in just one day. More than 100% increase, actually, because before, 2 days ago, the total value locked in Starknet DeFi was around 55 millions, and now we're talking about 124 millions, which is a very good and well-deserved increase. And we can also see like some percentages regarding the projects. zkland has taken the number one place in terms of TVL with 41.88 millions locked, following their Starkfall initiative. And so they had an increase of 423% in the week, and almost a 30% daily change. Then we have Nostra, just a little bit less total value locked than zkland, 40 millions. And they also had a daily change of 35% and a 134% change in total value locked in the week. And then we also see like Ecubo performing pretty well with 24 millions total value locked. So plus almost 15%, plus almost 15% daily, plus 100% daily weekly. And we have also MySwap doing pretty well with 7.9 millions, 20%, around 20% change daily, around 60% change weekly. And then we had Jedi Swap, which is also taking part in the initiatives, but actually they had, I should dive deeper on the news actually, but I hadn't time, so maybe I'll feature it next time. But I think they had to like freeze their pools for a while due to a potential exploit. So for funds are safe as far as I know, but for safety measures they had to to stop some pools. Therefore they they are waiting to enter again the competition, let's say. In fact, you can see that July Swap is the only one in red numbers due to this fact that they can take advantage of this the Stark DeFi Spring Starknet DeFi Spring initiative. And hopefully they will get back in track as soon as possible because they're an amazing project and an amazing community. So good luck to our friends at Jedi Swap. Also Stark DeFi, like Stark DeFi, 10K Swap, C Swap, I think Stark DeFi is also taking part in the DeFi Spring. They also had a nice increase of 20% daily and 85% weekly. And Stark DeFi, they are also, on top of the rewards of the DeFi Spring rewards, they are also rewarding their users with their own native tokens in form of points first, and then I suppose those points will be converted into tokens. And then just to just make sure to know that. And what else? I think we can close this part about the Starknet DeFi Spring. We can go back to the old see. I think we can go back to for just a couple of minutes to the old L2 space, because this week the L2 bit page updated all the ranking due to the fact that Starknet had shipped their token, and this made obviously a big change in Starknet related features, because a lot of, let's say, native TVL entered the Starknet ecosystem, and therefore the whole total value locked on Starknet grew a lot. And we're talking about, like, first of all, we can say that Starknet is back in the top 5 of the L2Bit ranking, and this is very good to see, especially for people like me who have been working in this ecosystem for like 2 years. And 2 years ago, Starknet was in this in these positions, if I remember well, like between 5, 4, and then it slipped a bit, it slipped down a bit until the 10th, 11th, 12th position. And it feels so good to to be so high once again. And but obviously we still have to show many potential, obviously, because the increase in this case is not, I mean, it's justified by the valuation of the tokens itself, right? But also we want to see increase, which is happening, which is starting to happen. We want to see a genuine and organic increase in network total value locked, right? So people entering the ecosystem, supplying liquidity along the Stark DeFi space, new new projects being built, new concepts being built, and so and stuff like that, so that we can try catching up with the the giants so far in the ranking, which are Arbitrum one and Optimism. So they still very very far. They like uh, Arbitrum is 10 times bigger in terms of total value locked, and Optimism half of it, so like 6-7 times bigger than Starknet so far. But the good thing is that we now have a token, we now have incentives in place, we now have a community who's also been rewarded. Most of it, and is going to be rewarded as well in the near future. So, I think we have all we need to scale up, then to climb up this ranking and try our best. I, I really like what protocols such as Arbitrum and Optimism have done. We always had to, as an ecosystem, you always do, even though we are very biased, because also in my case, I just create content around Starknet, but it's always nice also to see other projects, other projects that are like competitors doing well, and learning also from them, from their good things, from their mistakes, stuff like that. And I know many people inside Arbitrum and Optimism ecosystems doing great things, and they're like really really they've done a remarkable efforts. But it's now time also to shine for us from the Stagnant ecosystem, and we now have all we need to succeed in it. So, guys, having said that, let's feature, like in this star stream. I just featured this news actually. Then I will switch to the Starknet on-chain magazine, because we have a lot to cover over there as well. But the news I would like to share is the one regarding the introduction of a portfolio tracker. We had another portfolio tracker, from Starknet Defi was called, but then it was discontinued, unfortunately. And now Argent, introduced their one, and so Argent portfolio. And so you can just track, your own addresses, and as you can see here, it is a nice way to see your all your movements, so that you don't have to write everything down. Where did I put liquidity this last week? Where did I put liquidity last month? You have everything here, and that's amazing. So yeah, for example, this is an example of my address, and you can see your tokens, where you where you supplied liquidity, your interest bearing tokens, stuff like that. Yeah, so definitely something that we needed. So congrats to the all Argentine for shipping this much needed feature. And yeah, so now let's switch to our gaming magazine of the Star Stream, the on-chain gaming magazine. And I would start it by having a look at the Influence game, which launched their early access version this week. So Influence is a grand strategy space MMO. Sorry, guys. And yeah, they basically, to sum it up in a few words, it is a game where you create your own civilization on top of a asteroids chain. Okay, and you basically have to leave your native planet, and you need to go to this asteroids chain and build there. Also, interact with other planets, other asteroids, like asteroids villages, stuff like that. You can choose what kind of role you want to play in the game. There are different roles, and if you like this kind of games, I think you will have lots of fun. Also, because it gives you the Web2 and the PlayStation feeling, and it's very nice because it's been built on top of Starknet. So we can have a look at it. Actually, first of all, I should also say, before having we'll try doing something in the game itself. But I would like to inform you guys, if you're content creators in the space, and you would like to create some content around influence, you should know that they have allocated 100 million ways, so their own native tokens, to creators. In the next they will be allocating them in the next 7 weeks. So by creating posts, high quality stuff, right? It's not just about quote retweeting. You need to make high quality contents, news contents, like showing what they're doing, guide about the game, tutorials, stuff like that, and you will be able to submit these content pieces and earn some ways out of it. So if you're interested, just head to the influences Discord channel, and you will find all the info you need over there. So let's play a bit with influence. I just need to change some setup. Okay, guys, so I hope you're seeing the game here. Let me see if my PC will manage it. It should, but let's see. So first of all, I think it's the first time that I do something like this. Okay. 1 second, guys. So you're seeing the influence game, right? Okay. So let me switch it here. Very good. So the first thing that we need to do is connecting ourselves to our Starknet wallet. Okay, here we are. Let's refresh it. Let's play the music. I think there's some music as well. Let me see. I want to play some music. Okay, maybe the music will start playing soon. So as I told you, the story is about creating your own civilization inside an asteroids belt. So we can now start creating our crewmates. So you need to create your crewmates, and yeah, let me see if we can create, for example, she's a female. Select class. So we want to be. I would like to be. You can be a pilot. You can be an engineer. You can be a miner. What up? Sorry, guys. give it a last try. Okay, so start crew. Something wrong here. Okay. Merchants. So we want to be merchants. So what drives you? So I mean, you need to choose your own character, what you like the most. For example, let's go back and read it a bit. So outside your a daily unknown, outside your habitat, the sky is a cold, dark vacuum that expands endlessly overhead. There's something about being stationary on a vast plain of silver gray regolith that unsettles the older generation. They talk about ship life on the art of. I don't know why it closes itself. Okay, I will try. Guys, I will make a clip out of it, okay? You'll forgive me. I don't know what's happening. But yeah, it's better not to continue with it. And let's move to the last news of the Starknet gaming magazine. Let me share them again. Okay, where did we get to? So we can comment some news from the RAM's autonomous world, and yeah, as you know, I'm a savvy reader of the Herald's newsletters, and they ship like a recap and also special articles about the RAM's .world autonomous world. You definitely need to subscribe to their newsletters, and let's have a look. Like, let's read through their stuff just a little bit. I don't want to just the most important things that are like obviously they feature the token launch, the DeFi Spring initiative, and the most important thing is like also is Blobert, right? So yeah, let me actually look for the. Yesterday there was the NFT launch of Blobert, which is a memes, NFT collection be launched by the Rams .word community. Let me see if I can retrieve. Yeah, it would be very difficult to. Maybe let's go to Rams. Okay, let me see. Yeah, but to sum it up, the Blobbers NFT collection was launched. It was sold out after like half an hour, like 44,844 blobbers were minted, and this is kind of mean also referred to the Denkun and Validium stuff, that will be applied in the coming month, I think, and will make Ethereum and all the L2s more competitive, faster, cheaper, and so on. And they will mark, a very revolutionizing moment in the history of Ethereum and of its L2s. And they are called blobbers because obviously Denkun, one of the most important thing that Denkun introduces is blob space, which is something that will allow L2s to decide where to store their data availability, and they will be able not to store it. For some things that are not needed, they will be able to store it in like availability layers, such as Avail, Celestia, and with this will result in less space being that has to be sent to Ethereum, and therefore this will result, to sum it up very simply, it will result in cheaper and faster transactions. And yeah, so you can see a lot of blobbers here. They're like, I think they increased the value like twice, three times already. And yeah, they were they were minted for around $45. They had to be bought in the Rams.Words native currency, which is Lords. And yeah, so I minted some as well. I don't know if I no, okay. Anyway, it's not important. Another important news regarding gaming is, let me see. Yeah, these are my blobbers. I hope you like them. I like this one. Yabadabadoo, my blob Finston. Okay, so another important news from the Starknet gaming ecosystem is that you can now bridge your paper coins to. It's nice to say it, right? To say that your paper coins to Starknet. You can bridge them from Ethereum L1 to Starknet, and I think this is a preparational move so that these tokens can be used in the roll your own game, which is actually live on testnet. You don't need you don't need the real tokens yet, but obviously this is a move to make it happen, to also to ship the game on mainnet, and to start um, also making the paper coin, the paper currency work in their game. And yeah, really excited to see the roll your own mainnet coming soon, because I think people will love it. People who use GTA, this kind of game, like gangsta games, and they're gonna love it. If you also find a tutorial of the roll your own game on our YouTube channel, so make sure to watch it, because I also made some fun jokes during the tutorial. And yeah, so I think, guys, that we've come to the end of this Star stream. I don't know if you if during this week you also managed to age this much, because I did. It was the craziest February I've ever experienced so far. And I just need a holiday actually, man, right now, because it was such an intense week, an intense month, and also like months before, like for like the last 3 months have been so busy, and especially that this one. But still, I'm very happy with how the things turned out. And also, first of all, the things that makes me the happiest is seeing the community working together, trying to solve things that have to be solved, getting together in times of FUD, getting together to build, and ignoring the noise. This is the thing that, as a community guy, a community builder in the Starknet ecosystem, makes me the happiest. So thanks a lot, guys. Congratulations for the great things that we achieved together during this week and the last weeks, and also that we'll be achieving in the near future. So once again, thanks a lot. First of all, before ending the stream, I would like to give some risks and disclaimers. Obviously, everything that we cover in our contents is only educational and news content. So we don't give financial advice, and this is not financial advice. You should always be careful if you invest in some projects, if you move some tokens. And obviously we are I'm very biased, very yeah, like inside the Starknet ecosystem. Also, like I'm a contributor in different projects. Therefore, you have always to question myself, to double check, to do your own research. And on my side, I will always try to be as most natural as possible, while keeping the business rentable. But obviously, you always need to do your own research. Let me know your feedbacks, where you liked it, if you want to know more about projects, if you have some content suggestions. I will always receive your feedbacks with open arms, as long as it is given politely and in a constructive way. So trolls have no space in my community. Yeah, they should know it. But yeah, having said that, guys, once again, it's been an unforgettable week. I really enjoyed it. And make sure to like this video if you watched it on also on Twitter. But if you watched it on YouTube, like it, comment it, subscribe to our channel. This will help us a lot. Having said that, thanks a lot, so once again, and remember to share the Starknet vibe. Goodbye, guys. Take care.
But I feel like that Stocknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo! And once again.
But I feel like that Stocknet has started a trend now.
Yahoo!